At This Place in History, we're in Charlotte with Executive Director of the Vermont Historical Society, Steve Perkins. Steve, this is a beautiful farm behind us.
A beautiful farm, and it's one of the only African-American owned farms in the state of Vermont, and has been for a long, long time.
Wow.
So we're going to go inside and we're going to talk with the owners, Dr. Jack and Lydia Clemmons, and they're going to talk about their history here, but also about a really fascinating future for this property for all of us in the state of Vermont.
Dr. Jack and Lydia Clemmons first came to Vermont in the early 1960s after attending a job fair in Montreal. Dr. Clemmons was offered a position in the pathology department at UVM Medical Center, and Lydia began a career in nursing. The search then began for a place to put down roots.
All I can remember is being told that the way to go out to the farm was just to follow the main road going south. And I walked all the way out here, and right in the front there on the steps there was a man talking with about 4 or 5 young men, and told me that he was in the process of thinking about selling this place. He pointed out the barn here, the house down below, and there. And I said, "That's an awful lot of property." And he said, "Yeah, I realize that." And as he talked about it and what he wanted, I thought we would be very interested in purchasing it. To get here, though, many times if the transportation out here was difficult, you could get a bus or something else, but the waiting would take quite a while. So I ended up walking out here. I can't think of another black family at the time, particularly in farming, that I could have any contact with when we came here.
I mean, when we first came here, nobody locked their doors. You just walk in. And I would come home, and there would be flowers on the table, baked good, baked bread. Welcome to Charlotte, welcome to Vermont.
At the time, I was interested in schools, and in town I had been school board and all that, and walked down and got to know the people in town, and they were rather glad to have someone from the outside to introduce newer things to them and work. So I had a very good support of people and knowledge of them, and very easy, as if I were one of the community, just by working largely through the schools.
The Clemmons family farm became a multifaceted celebration of heritage. Jack and Lydia labored on the land with their growing family over the decades.
It's a matter of what you do and what you see. If you do farming, you can be out there to see a field that's nothing, but you go and say mow it or bale it, and then look and see what's happened to it after a period of time. You feel pretty proud of what you're doing. So as a family and all, we made tremendous effort and accomplishment in terms of changing this place to a place that was just about to run down with the buildings and also the land, which people would enjoy it and which we have enjoyed.
After a trip to Africa, Lydia's vision for the 140-acre farm expanded. It became a cultural hub for art and collectibles from across the globe.
My business started when we went to Kenya, and we were in the habit of, we saw a lot of people standing in line to buy something. We stood in line because we wanted to see what they had. And this woman, there was a woman there, a native from Tanzania, selling those beautiful bags, straw bags. I was going to buy 1 or 2 from her, and she said she'd like a nice American family to help her because her tribe had wanted her to start, get more business abroad. So we had a very happy relationship. I ordered the bags, and when I came back to Vermont was so supportive of especially women in business.
Now in their 90s, Lydia and Jack are excited for planning the future with daughter Dia. They are transforming the privately owned historic farm to an African-American heritage and multicultural center.
I think our eyes are all open now to the kind of world we live in. Seems to have just jumped ahead to a different kind all of a sudden. So now it's very important that all people, all races are recognized and respected. And the only way you're going to get some recognition and respect is to have done something positive. So I think from that standpoint, it's very important that we have this in Vermont and in the United States.
For a link to learn more about the Clemmons family and the future vision for the farm, visit mychamplainvalley.com. At This Place in History,